Hey guys, this is Surax Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of the Combat Codex, the series where I break down 10 facts you may or may not have known about characters in Mortal Kombat 1. Today's video is going to be about Baraka, everyone's favorite Tarkatan, or everyone's favorite disease patient now, I guess. Before we get into the video, I do want to say that there is one or two facts in here that may be spoiler alerty for Mortal Kombat 1, so if you don't want anything spoiled, especially not about Baraka, maybe skip to fact number 4 and just come back and watch the rest of this later. But with that said, let's get into it. Fact number 1. Baraka is the only full-breed Tarkatan to ever be playable in the series so far, prior to the whole Tarkat disease plotline, of course. That doesn't change it though, but he's still a full Tarkatan in my opinion. Previously, whilst Mileena and the Alien were half-bred Tarkatans due to experimentation on Mileena's part and Baraka just happening to get jumped by a Xenomorph facehugger on Alien's part, neither of those two characters shared Baraka's status as a true full-blood Tarkatan. Moving on to fact number 2, and then this is again one more spoiler alert for MK1 just before we get into it, but according to Mortal Kombat 1, Baraka was an Edenian prior to being inflicted with the Tarkat disease. We also learned from Baraka himself during the story that he was a successful businessman and wealthy before his entire family was infected. His wife and children, and Baraka specifies children during this conversation, meaning he definitely had more than one kid, unfortunately succumbed to Tarkat and died. However, Baraka has been able to hold off the disease from totally taking over himself. Moving on to fact number 3. With Mortal Kombat 1 once again retconning the Tarkatans, each new timeline gives us a new origin story for the Tarkatan race, making them the most inconsistent story-wise. However, each retcon does make them feel a bit more like real people, rather than just shark monsters with sword arms. In the original timeline, Baraka and the Tarkatans were mutants who roamed the wastes of Outworld, and then served Shao Kahn. In the MK9 timeline, from MK9, MKX, and MK11, Baraka and the Tarkatans are actually their own species, hailing from their own realm of Tarkata, which was conquered by Shao Kahn, and again they serve Shao Kahn. In the latest timeline, Tarkat is actually a disease that affects people and turns them into Tarkatans, rather than them already being Tarkatans, aligning them closer to the whole mutant origins, but not quite. This also means that the Tarkatan race is able to essentially reproduce very quickly, since now they can just infect people and they become Tarkats, but that's not what they want to do, of course. Everyone who has Tarkat, if you've played MK1, they're obviously miserable, and they hate their lives, so you know, they don't want more of them. Moving on to fact number 4, Baraka's Mortal Kombat Gold outfit sees him shirtless and wearing red pants. However, you will notice that he appears to be mostly stapled together down the middle of his body. This is because his design was the aftermath of Baraka surviving Kung Lao's MK2 fatality that sees him split the opponent in half with his hat. This was unfortunately performed on Baraka, and he had to be stapled back together. Moving on to fact number 5. Baraka and Kung Lao would face off again later during the events of Armageddon, with the two engaging in a close battle in the air. They are both flying for some reason, despite neither characters previously having the ability of flight. This is the first and last time we see Baraka and Kung Lao flying around. And it seems during this scene that Baraka potentially gets the final hit, up until MK9, where we skip to the end of the battle and find Baraka's body in the aftermath of Armageddon, and he is once again split down the middle by Kung Lao's hat. Moving on to fact number 6. Baraka appears as a minor villain in Mortal Kombat vs DC, working for Quan Chi and Shang Tsung. However, he is still playable, and you face him more times in the story than characters like Kano, for example, and this applies to both the Mortal Kombat and DC portions. His inclusion is the only MK character that really sticks out as unusual, as Baraka was chosen instead of someone more popular like Mileena or Johnny Cage. This is likely due to him just being extremely recognizable, and aside from Scorpion, Sub-Zero and Katana, if you look at Baraka, you're gonna know he's a Mortal Kombat character. Moving on to fact number 7. During the events of MK9, if it is Baraka who defeats Shao Kahn during the arcade ladder, his ending will reveal that he never killed the real Shao Kahn, and instead, Baraka picked up the scent of Shang Tsung, who had taken Shao Kahn's place. Baraka and the Tarkatans were rewarded as the favored species in Outworld by Shao Kahn, and this is the only ending in Mortal Kombat 9 in which Shao Kahn does not actually die. Moving on to fact number 8. During the events of Mortal Kombat 11, Baraka and the Tarkatans are transported to a time where they are no longer welcome in Outworld. This is because after Mileena's rebellion, in which Baraka was one of the first to be executed, Kotal Khan would outlaw Tarkatans and commit genocide against them. Baraka is revealed to be loyal only to those who benefit his race, and as such, despite hating Kotal Khan for exterminating his people, Baraka is convinced to join Kitana in freeing Kotal and gaining the Tarkatans a place of honor and respect in Outworld by assisting with the defeat and capture of Shao Kahn. Baraka and his Tarkatans play a pivotal role in helping defeat Shao Kahn and overthrow his attempted coup, and the battle ends with Kitana being named Khan of Outworld, and the Tarkatans earning a place of respect among Outworld's people. Fact number 9. In the timeline where Baraka defeats Kronika, Titan Baraka would share his power among his people, and they would challenge all the major realms to a Mortal Kombat tournament. And each one would be conquered, one by the Tarkatans, until eventually Baraka and his people ruled all, and they had endless meat for all their Tarkatan barbecues. Because you guys know how much Tarkatans love themselves some barbecues. Moving on to fact number 10. Baraka has appeared in live-action Mortal Kombat movies and series in the past. Baraka was originally played by Dennis Kiefer in Mortal Kombat Annihilation and wore a mask similar to his MK2 look. It was the late 90s, so I won't comment on the quality of the Baraka look. It's the best they could do for the time, I get that, but shit's rough. That's all I'll say. He would later appear in the web series Mortal Kombat Legacy, and he wouldn't really look much better. In fact, he'd look less like Baraka, and more like an orc from Lord of the Rings. Almost exactly like an orc from Lord of the Rings, in fact. Baraka is also confirmed to be returning in the upcoming Mortal Kombat 2 movie played by actor CJ Bloomfield. Although we don't know anything else about the movie or Baraka at this time, so time will tell if, Baraka actually looks good this time. Anyway guys, that brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you think of Baraka in Mortal Kombat 1. Thanks for watching guys, peace out.